These are people that have loved ones, parents, maybe brothers or sisters, or maybe even kids of their own, and their lives end in a blink of an eye.
It's just a nightmare that you can't wake up from.
This is an awful moment.
This case is absolutely being investigated as a potential hate crime.
I keep thinking it's a mistake. They've made a mistake, and that he's really alive.
We all want to ensure that our community is not defined by this tragedy, but by our response.
A memorial is growing outside the Club Q bar in Colorado Springs. 5 people killed when a gunman opened fire inside that LGBTQ+ club Saturday night. 17 other people were shot, and the suspected shooter is now in the hospital. Now, Colorado Springs police released the names of the victims today, and they are Daniel Aston, Derek Rump, Kelly Loving, Ashley Paw, and Raymond Green Vance. And we are also starting to learn new information about the victims, more on what happened inside the club before and after the shooting, and details about the suspected shooter. And we have so much to tell you tonight. We have team coverage today on Denver 7 News at 5. We want to start with Denver 7's Shannon Ogden, who's live outside Club Q, where it is still an active scene out there, Shannon.
That's right. Good evening, Ann. Good evening, everybody. I'm live here in Northeast Colorado Springs, saddest place in America tonight. Just behind me, just behind this strip club, or strip mall, Club Q, where 5 people were killed, 17 people were shot right there. As Ann referenced, here along Academy Boulevard in front of the strip mall, a growing memorial of balloons, pride flags, lit candles, notes, cards, people hugging, people crying, people just walking around in a daze, whatever it takes to get through this horrible, horrible time. And we have you covered completely. We're going to begin with Denver 7's Russell Haythorne tonight with what we know happened here, part of the investigation. And Russell, I know a press conference just wrapped up not too long ago.
That's right, Shannon. That press conference wrapping up here at the Colorado Springs Police Operations Center just about a half hour ago. And as you mentioned, we are learning more about the investigation. There are also still several unanswered questions about the investigation, but what we do know is that 5 victims died in that horrific shooting at the club late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. We officially learned their identities today, as Ann mentioned. Also, 17 others were injured with gunshot wounds and are recovering either at local hospitals or at home this evening, but police would not discuss their conditions other than to say they have varying levels of injuries. There were lots of questions today about what motivated the suspect and whether or not this will be filed as a hate crime when formal charges are eventually filed. Here's District Attorney Michael Allen just about an hour ago answering those questions.
If there's enough evidence to support that in this case, when we get to the formal filing charges, we will absolutely be including those charges here as well. But I want to also be clear that the bias motivated statute in Colorado, the highest level charge that we can get with that charge is a Class 4 felony. We're obviously talking about 5 people that were killed. Their lives were ended. Those are going to be the top end charges in this case, without a doubt. Those charges will likely carry life in prison without parole, whereas the Class 4 felonies are probation eligible offenses.
So some interesting legal notes there from the El Paso County District Attorney. Also, it's been reported that a long gun was used, as well as the possibility of another firearm purchased illegally in another state. The police would not confirm or deny that this afternoon. And then there were a lot of questions about the suspect's criminal history and sealed court records and whether or not those will be unsealed in this case. The DA says there is a possibility those records could be unsealed, but he did not answer specific questions as to if and when. Again, we're learning much more about this investigation. We'll have more coming up on Denver 7 at 6. For now, we're live at Colorado Springs Police Operations Center. I'm Russell Haythorne. Shannon, back to you.
All right, these are early days in this investigation. Thank you for your work tonight on that, Russell. Now to the victims in all of this. Denver 7's Patrick Perez with what we know about the victims. Good evening, Patrick.
Good evening, Shannon. As you can imagine, the families of these victims right now, they just want privacy. But throughout the day, we have been able to piece together who these 5 people were thanks to some of the family statements that they have put out. Here's what we learned.
Kelly Loving had just turned 40 years old and was making a new life for herself in Colorado Springs. Her friend Natalie Sky says Kelly was excited to check out the LGBTQ scene there. Kelly was someone Natalie looked up to during her transition. Kelly's sister Tiffany Loving told ABC News just how much she meant to her. "I've just always been like her mother, wanting to guide her. I had just got off the phone with her that same day. We had video calls that same day. She was a kind person. She was loving, always fighting for people." Derek Rump was a bartender at Club Q. His mother, Julia Thames, says he was a loving person with a heart of gold. In a statement, she says, "He was always there for my daughter and myself when we needed him. Also his friends from Colorado, which he would say was his family also. He was living his dream, and he would have wanted everyone to do the same." Daniel Aston worked with Derek and also performed at the club. His mother, Sabrina, is still processing that he's gone.
It's just a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I keep thinking it's a mistake. They've made a mistake. And that he's really alive. He was such a, he lit up a room. It's this old expression, but he really did. Always smiling, always happy.
Ashley Paul is also among the victims. Her husband, Kurt, through their family liaison, passed along this message. "We're absolutely devastated by the loss of Ashley. She meant everything to this family, and we can't even begin to understand what it will mean to not have her in our lives. Ashley was a loving wife, she was my high school sweetheart, and she was just an amazing mother. Her daughter was her whole world." And finally, Raymond Green Vance. His mother told the Gazette he was at the club celebrating a friend's birthday.
And in the coming days and the coming weeks, we hope to learn more about exactly who these 5 people were, but only when their families are ready to share their stories. Shannon.
I cannot imagine what those people are going through. All right, Patrick, thank you very much for that. I want to mention that Governor Polis has ordered flags flown at half-staff across the state until sunset on Saturday. 5 days for the 5 victims. Also, the Pride flag will be flying over our state capitol for 5 days as well. All right, to our newest reporter here at Denver 7, Danielle Kreuter joins us live. And Danielle, you talked to someone involved in this very, very close-knit LGBTQ plus community here in the Springs.
Yeah, I think the memorial is a great testament to that. It has grown significantly since flowers and candles started being placed here really early in the early morning hours over the weekend. It's a loud statement in El Paso County, a place often widely known for its conservative views, but the LGBTQ community here is not alone tonight. A view, unfortunately, all too familiar in Colorado. Crime scene tape, flowers, media, and crosses.
I think it brings us together tighter if something like this does happen. And it just makes it well known, we're here, we're going to stay.
At a growing memorial outside of Club Q, where 5 innocent people were killed over the weekend, most people choose to reflect in silence. Christina Horst Daniels shared her story with us. Having moved to the mostly conservative Colorado Springs nearly a decade ago, she was actually optimistic.
Because I come from the DFW area, it's more accepting here than there, and just everybody treats everybody like, you're human.
She says back then, Club Q was the lone light for those in the LGBTQ community who needed a place to feel accepted.
That was it, yeah. And they're starting to pop up more and more.
It's welcome progress.
It's getting better. We still got a long ways to go, I think, but it's getting better.
A highlight for her, the growing attendance at the local Pride Fest celebrations.
It was so amazing to walk down the street and see everybody on the sides, hundreds of people on the sides supporting, and then that was like a bucket list for me, it made me feel stronger and prouder.
It's progress she says she hopes will continue in the face of unthinkable tragedy.
Because I'm not going to let nobody, keep me from being who I am, or if I want to go out and be with friends, family, I'm not going to, they're not going to keep me high now.
Tonight, in just a few hours, there will be another vigil here outside of the club to mourn those 5 lives lost. It's just one of many vigils planned tonight in the city to support a community who is still reeling. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, I'm Danielle Kreuter. Shannon.
All right, Danielle Kreuter, live in the Springs tonight. Thank you very much, Danielle. And there are at least 2 vigils tonight. I'm sure there will be others, but I want to point out 2 that are going on in just a couple of hours. One is at Trax, that's in Denver. They have a vigil at 7 o'clock tonight, and that is with the Interfaith Alliance of Colorado. And then the second one I want to point out is RealWorks Denver, also at 7 o'clock tonight, and that one from RealWorks, that will be live streamed on YouTube. If you can't make it out and you do want to honor these people just from the comfort of your home or on your phone. And Ann, I'm going to toss it back to you just for now on this very cold night in more ways than one. The crowds are growing here along Academy Boulevard. The cars stopping and slowing to pay their respects. And we'll be back with you a little bit later in this broadcast. Ann?
All right, Shannon. Thank you for that. And there are ways you can help the victims and their families. And the best way is to do through the Colorado Healing Fund. All you have to do is go to coloradogives.org, look for Colorado Healing Fund, and make sure you select the Club Q shooting on the drop-down menu. This fund was started in 2018 by a group of victim advocates as a secure way to support communities after a tragedy such as this. GoFundMe, we know, also has been working to verify funds for victims and survivors, and the largest one is organized by the Good Judy Garage. That is an LGBTQ+ owned auto repair shop here in the metro. So far, we know that fund has raised more than $500,000.